All right. Now, honestly, I just feel like you guys should just tell me what the issues were. Anything on the first page, 1 through 4? Anybody have issues, 1 through 4? I agree, it's very easy. 5 through 10. Nothing? Oh, sorry, Reed.
Could you do number 1?
Oh, sure, I'll try. Of the 240 students eating lunch, 96 purchased their lunch, and the rest brought a bag lunch. What is the ratio of students that purchased lunch? Okay, so the problem here is you have to figure out how many brought the bag lunch, right? So wouldn't that be 100 and what? 144. And the people who purchased lunch, wait a minute, 96 purchased their lunch. Yeah, so it's just 96 to 144. Is that right? Write a ratio purchasing lunch to those who brought a bag lunch. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then it's got to be less than 1, right? So it can't be those. Now the best thing is is it more than half? Yes, right? So to me, it has to be A without doing much work.
Thank you.
Does that make sense? Okay. So now we were on the second page. Anybody have any questions through 10? Nothing through 10. Okay, 11 through 16. Yes.
14.
All right, let's take a look at 14, see what the problem is. Find the value of y. So I would just write this as a proportion. 6/9 is equal to 1/3 y plus 2 over 2y. Do you agree with that? Now again, because it's 6/9, I don't even write 6/9. We just say what? 2/3. Now look how much easier. 3 times 1/3, 3 times 2. So is that y plus 6 equals 4y? So does everybody agree y equals? How's that? Y equals 2. What?
How do you know whether to go 6/9 or like 6/1/3 y plus 2?
Because it's the same thing.
We could do R.
Yeah. So again, I'm glad you kind of asked me that. So what I want to do is, this is how easy it is to see that. So I'm just going to go ahead and make this 2/3 right off the bat, okay? 2 to 3, okay? And so now if we do it your way, where I say 2 over 1/3 y plus 2 equals 3 over 2y, when you cross multiply, guess what? You're still multiplying the same two things. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
That's what we say. There's a lot of ways to set it up. It doesn't have to be the way I set it up. Okay,
Can you do number 7?
let's try. Oh, while you guys are behind, number 7. What's the scale factor of ABC to LMN? Well, AB corresponds to what? LM, right? So can't I just say, since they're asking me ABC, that would be 18 to, and L or AB corresponds to what? So I find what LM is.
Okay, I was just like wondering what the scale.
3-to-1. Right? All right, now, again, what I try to tell everybody is even if you don't know, you should have, right? You understand what I'm saying? You should have a pretty good idea. Even if you're wrong, we're just setting up proportions, correct? That's all we're doing. Setting up proportions. All right, so now I'm back. Anything 12 through or 11 through 16?
Number 16, please.
Yes, here we go. Now they're telling you that this is an altitude. All right, now personally, I think they should have put a mark there like that. And then we just know that the altitudes are proportional, right? So we can call this x. So we can say 32 over x equals 10 over 6. I got A. Does that help you? All right, anybody else through 16? All right, let's go to the next page. 17 through 21. Now, I never really told you what a dilation was, I don't think. Yeah. All right. But again, it's just proportional, right? Something's bigger or smaller. All right, so I don't think that's really a big deal. So 17 through 21, go. Yeah, 19 is hard, actually. 19 is really hard. All right, and actually it's a lot harder. They have this problem in the next chapter, okay? But the way I would want you to say is that, do you agree that, let me just show you how I would show you next week when we do this again. All right, but I wanted to put it here to see if some of you could think it through. Let's just say I have no idea what this measure is right here. All right, let's say I think that's about 20 degrees. All right, I'm going to put a 20 here for 20 degrees. Then what does this angle right here have to be? 70. It has to be 70. So then what does this angle have to be here? 20. And then what does this angle have to be right here? 70. So what happens? What did I just show you? All what? All three triangles are proportional. All right, so when you have a right triangle and you draw the altitude, then it just automatically creates three similar triangles, which I thought was kind of fascinating. All right, now how do I figure this out? 4 is called a short leg. 12 is called a what? Hypotenuse. All right, so I have 4 over 12. And this again is the short leg to the hypotenuse. Now, if I'm going to write a proportion, I need a what? Short leg and a what? Come on. I need a what? Short leg and a hypotenuse. There's a short leg and a long leg. Does everybody agree with that? So who's going to help me out with what is the short leg? All right, well, let's look at the short leg of the middle triangle. If I'm looking at this, do I know what that size is right there? No. So can I really use this triangle? Nope. So now let's look at the big triangle. What is the short leg on the big triangle? 12. And what's the hypotenuse?
X.
Come on, what's the hypotenuse? 4 plus x. Come on, you know that. Everybody see that? The long hypotenuse, or not the long hypotenuse, but the hypotenuse of the large triangle is 4 plus x. Now, of course, I would just reduce this down to 1/3, right? And so x is how much, guys? What? That's not what I got. What is it? Yeah, I got 32. Or 8, close enough. All right, anybody need any help on that one? That was a good one. All right, that was hard. Or it's not really hard once you can understand that it makes similar triangles. Okay, guys. Here we go. We're moving through here. All right, 22 through 27. 22 through 27. Simon, what do you got, buddy?
I was gonna ask 17.
Oh, that's okay. Come on, go back. 17. All right, now this is called a what, guys? Angle bisector. Because it's an angle bisector, it creates proportions. Agreed? So we can just say 12 over x plus 2 equals 8 over x. Does that make sense? Right. Now look, again, this is all I'm trying to say. Tomorrow on the test, when you forget something, what are we doing? Proportions. So if you have no clue for some strange reason you can't see it, just make a what? Make a proportion that tries to make sense. All right, I'm not doing x plus 2 over 8. To me, that wouldn't make sense. The only thing that would make sense is 12 over x plus 2 is 8 over x. Or x over x plus 2 is 8 over 12. Harris, is that the same thing?
Yeah.
Yep, it is the same thing. Doesn't matter how you set up the proportion. Right? All right, hopefully everybody understands what I'm saying. Right, make sense? Anybody? Everybody have a question? Anybody? Nobody? All right, here we go. 22 through 27, where are we at? Let's look at 27. Is the dilation a similarity transformation? Well, I see it looks like a right triangle to me. You agree with that? And now I'm trying to figure out if the sides are proportional or if the angles are proportional. So to me, the angles are equal. Thank you. This right here looks like 1, 1. Do you agree with that? That point is 1, 1. This point right here looks like 1, 5, right? So I'm thinking that's 4. And then this is 4, 1, which makes that 3. Do you agree with that? All right, now I'm looking up here and I'm saying from here to here is how much? I think that's 8, right? And then hopefully this is 6 then. Do you agree? Hopefully it's 6. What is that? So do we have a problem? Yeah. So is it a dilation? Do you understand that? Right. So yeah, that's no. Because it's not side angle side similarity. Does everybody agree? Anybody have any issues with 27? I thought that was a good one. Because it kind of looks correct, doesn't it? It looks like it should be. Now, if it was here, I see it now. If it was there to there, then we would be good, right? I think so. All right. Hopefully people feel good about that. All right, next page. Ooh. 32? The ratio of the measures of 3 angles of 3 to 4 to 8. So now the most important thing, if something is in a ratio, you can say it's 3x to 4x to 8x. You agree with that? And then you know that 3x plus 4x plus 8x has to equal what? What? I asked you what it equals. 180, thank you. So he's correct. 15x is equal to 180. Or I don't care about it from there. Well, it's 8. Which one's the largest? Right? Yeah, it's easy. Easy. The hard part is knowing what? It's 3x, 4x, 8x. Okay. All right. Anybody else on this page? Yes, sir. 33. Okay, so now in my opinion here, I don't ever look at the shape. I look at the similarity statement. Yeah, right. They're similar, right? So if they're similar, the angles are equal, right? So what I'm looking at is, okay, they're, yes, exactly. That's why I'm showing you. I don't even care about this. I don't even need that, right? I'm just saying if they're asking about y is the same as what? F. Makes sense now, right? Yeah. All right. Help me out now. 34 through 38. Yes. Now, just take a guess. I want you to set up the proportion. I can't. That's exactly right. Right, just intuitively. Like I said, if you don't know, we're just making proportions. It doesn't have to be that way, right? Blush. Yes, sir. Let's look at 30. Oh, yeah, 38 is nice. All right, 38 is nice. Do you see, everybody see the parallels, right? Yeah, I think this one's a really good one. So let's see what we can find. I'm trying to find FG, right? So I'm going to highlight this guy right here, FG. Now, I'm hoping that this triangle over here is similar to this triangle over here. That's what I guess I'm trying to find, right? But I don't know if it is or not. So do you agree this angle is the same as this angle? Wait a minute. Same as this angle, right? You agree with that? And now I know this angle right here is the same, right? So far, these are all equal, right? Now, I don't know, I'm checking. I'm looking at this angle is congruent to what? To this angle right here, right? And now that angle is equal to this angle, right? You see it now, right? So now I know for sure those are proportional. So do I need to set it up or are you good? All right, I like that problem. All right, anybody else? 35, he says. All right, set that up for me. Yeah, I don't know what the problem is. All right. Doesn't matter as long as we're good now. Alrighty, next page. Hopefully you felt like I just started repeating problems now, I think. Anybody else on 39 through 43?
Could you do 43?
Yeah, let's look at 43. Okay, so now, oh, that was 42. So I'm trying to find this right here, right? Let me see here. Find. So DE, they're sneaky. So DE corresponds to what? Come on, guys. So DE corresponds to AB, right? So isn't that 8 over 12, right? So now I'm thinking that I can figure out what this altitude is, correct? Because 8 over 12 equals x over 8. Everybody happy with that? So tell me what that is. 16 thirds. Anybody else get 16 thirds? How did I get what? Because, oh. Yeah, I didn't mean to put that. This is the altitude. So I made a, not really made a mistake, but this right here, I just made this x. Does that make sense? Okay, so x is 16 over 3, which is this right here, 16 thirds. Now I feel like I could figure out what dy was. How can I figure out what dy is? Yeah, Pythagorean Theorem, thank you. Let's do that now. Yeah, this one's hard, guys, I think. So 8 squared equals 16 thirds squared plus, and we'll just call this a squared. So come on, 64 minus 256 over 9 equals a squared. So what is 64 minus 256 divided by 9? And then hit math, enter for me. It should be something nines. What is it? How much? 329? Is that right? 329 over 9, right? I can't hear you guys. Come on. Okay, 320. Sorry. 320. All right. So then that's going to be, let's just break that down. The 3 is in the denominator, right? 320 is, I think, 64 times 5. So then that's 8 radical 5. They'll probably want it as a decimal. So now I know that this is 8 radical 5. Is everybody with me? Over 3. And I still am looking for xc, which is this guy right here. Now, I can say that AB corresponds to DE, right? So I could now say 12 over xc is equal to 8 over 8 radical 5 over 3. Yeah, that was really hard. Is that right? How does what? Well, I think the problem some of you are not seeing is that the triangle is just reflected, right? So that was the point of the altitude. dy, oh, thank you. Yes, you're right. Yeah, so we could have saved some time on that, right? Yes, thank you. I didn't need to do all that. Right, we could have just gone this, right? Yeah, it's hard because these triangles are written backwards, right? So if you want to see it, it might be better if we just did something like this. this is F, Y, D, E now. And this was 8, this is 16/3. Yeah, that would have been better. Does everybody see that now, what I'm saying? I forgot that it was flipped over. So now we can see the correspondence better, right? EF goes to BC, then this part goes to this part. And all right, does everybody see that now? So we are looking for XC, which corresponds. What does it say the answer is? How much? 5.17? Oh, 5.1. All right, did that work out now, guys? I didn't do the math. Anybody else finish the math? So let me just start this over, just to make sure. All right, so now we have, we still know that EY is 16/3, right? And we are looking for XC. Wow. I still am having issues. We have to figure out what YD is. Yeah, that's what we figured, right? So we have this 8 radical 5 over 5. And now I still don't have. All right, guys, come on. This. Yeah, I said 5. Thank you. Yeah, it seems like I'm missing too many parts. Because I don't know it's a right triangle. Yeah, I don't see it now, guys. This part XC is related to FY, but I don't see FY. All right, let me think about it. I don't see how you can figure that out. What? Say it again. Well, yeah, oh man. I'm agreeing. These are right angles here. But the problem is I don't know that this is a right angle up here. If those were right angles, we could easily do it, but I don't know that those are right angles. All right, I don't want to waste too much time. Don't worry about that one. Unless I think about it, and I'll get back with you. I just don't see it. All right, and then partly because they just don't see that. I don't know if that's a right angle. All right, sorry about that, guys. All right, let's look at 44 through 48. Anybody have any issue with those? Yeah, okay, so this one's hard because you have to label this X. And then PS would be what? Yeah, 40 minus X. You agree with that? So now it's just 30 over 40 minus X equals 12 over X. You see that? Yeah. Okay. Anybody else on that page? All right, here we go. Now we got into some good SAT questions. 49 and 50. Does anybody have any questions with those? What? 50. So, that's just a proportion, right? Because they're medians. Yeah. So you just say 5 and 1/4 over 7 equals 2x minus 5 over x plus 5. All right. All right, so here we go with the SAT problems. What about 51? Did I have an issue with this? Now, I'm not sure if your silence means you haven't done it yet, or you're working on it, or you know how to do it. All right, so shall I give you a few minutes to do some of these SATs? 51 through 54, let's try those. All right, anybody figure out 51 yet? What is it?
It is D.
Somebody said D.
I got C.
C. Karina? Oh, so how much bigger is the small triangle than the big triangle? Okay, but I like to say it's what? 3 times greater, right? So what is, someone tell me what AE is?
It is 4. Oh, wait, no, that's wrong.
Square root of what?
9 plus 25.
Right, which is
34.
34. Does everybody agree with that? So if one side is 3 times bigger than the other, what do you think is true about the perimeter?
3 times greater than
Yeah, it's just 3 times greater. If all the sides are 3 times greater, then the perimeter is what? 3 times greater. So what's the perimeter of the small triangle? Because we're doing decimals, right? I need help with that. 13.8309. That's what somebody said. So then the perimeter of the large triangle, what do I have to do to that number? Multiply by 3, right? And so what's the answer? 41.5. Yes, ma'am. Pythagorean Theorem, right? Yeah, it's a right triangle. Right, because it says it's parallel. Do you agree? All right, that's a good problem right there. Anybody have any issues? What? You thought BC was what? Oh, BC is actually 10, buddy.
Yeah, I know.
That's where your mistake was. All right. Okay, let's look at 52, guys. You got that one right? What is it?
Oh,
No. Click.
C. I put C.
Okay, I got C. Anybody else? What's somebody else get? A B.
I got B.
B. Thank you.
Now I think it's
What is it? Right, because how many times bigger is one than the other? 4 times bigger, right? So how much longer is DE? So DE is going to be 29/4, right?
Oh, I looked.
And EF is what? 21/4. Or you could just say 29 minus 21 is what? 8, and then divide that by what? Yeah, divided by 4, which gives you what? There's lots of ways of doing that. Anybody have any issues with that now? That's a nice problem. How did I get what?
How'd you get like from the 29 over 4?
Are you having trouble with 29 minus 21? What is that? And then, so you must have been having trouble with 8 divided by 4.
No,
Why do you subtract?
Because I had to read the question. How much longer? Do you agree with that? How much longer?
Oh, no, I don't.
All right. Thank you, Sam. I know the feeling. Trust me. All right, here we go. 53. That one should be like easy, right? Just like your grade. 53 is B. All right, 54. What do you mean? Why did they give that one? I did that for a reason.
No.
I wanted you to see if you could get one right at least.
Why would they?
Bo, I gave 53. That was the easy one.
No, I didn't get a chance at it. See, I'll shout it out, right?
Oh, guys, come on. You're hurting Bo's feelings. Stop shouting out.
That doesn't have.
All right. Sorry, Bo. Everybody apologize to Bo.
Bo will give you this one. Bo will give you this
All right. Don't say anything. 54. Waiting on Bo.
Yeah, I got it.
What?
So, I think it's B.
one. We said
I got it.
All right. Let's take Bo's word for it. What? Well, remember, one triangle is how many times bigger than the other? Do you agree? It's twice as big, right? So if all the sides are twice as big, that means the perimeter is what? Yeah. You good with that? Thank you, Bo. All right, let's give time to work on 55. All right, 55 through 60. Get busy, get busy, get busy. 58's a good one. All right, let me give you we got, the bell rings at 05, right? Yeah, so let's do 4 minutes. All right, let's spend 4 minutes. That'll give me 10 minutes to finish up these 6. While you guys are doing that, I'm gonna go back to the other problem. I'm gonna find the answer. Here, 16 thirds. Mm-mm. 1 minute. don't think you can do that one. All right. Let's go back. 55. What is it?
55 would be B.
I got a B. Anybody else got something different? Come on now. I want something different, guys. If you don't know, I want to show you.
I got the B.
Somebody else. What do you think it is? If you think it's A, I'll explain it.
No, I think it's B.
All right. I'll explain it if anybody needs help. Is everybody okay with it being B? All right. What about 56?
I got 900.
1600. Yeah, so let's look. This, you just had to make sure that you were aware of the triangle is kind of twisted, right? So this right here is congruent. So now it says that the lengths AB is 1800, is that correct? And then EB is 1400, is that correct? And then it says BD is, what does it say? BD is 700. And then CD is 800. Do you agree with that? Yeah, so again, this one I thought was a very good problem. So I'm looking here at these two. So it's twice as big. Do you agree? Yep, that's exactly correct. All right, just be careful. All right, so I'm good with that. All right, so 57, I don't think that was so bad, right? Anybody have any issue with E? Any issue with E? Yes. Okay, so here we would know that this angle right here has to be 42 degrees, right? So these two angles are equal because it's isosceles. Right, it's easy to overlook that. Right, 180 minus 42, then divide by 2. All right, let's look at 58. I like 12, right? Because CB is what? 4, but then they ask about what? They ask about CE. So that's a tricky one. All right, any issues? What?
Oh, 9? Oh, yeah.
59 is what? Anybody have any issues? Well, look, you're just looking right here, guys. You see it? This length, this is half of the whole thing.
Oh.
So that must be half. You agree with that or not?
Yeah.
All right, that's a nice little problem too, guys. If you got that one, that one's good. All right, and this one. Hold up. Number 60 is what? H. Is anybody have any issues with those? All right, guys, those are directly off of SAT and ACT questions. If you got them all right, man, that would be half of its math, though. All right, so 800 wouldn't be bad. All right, so I'm happy with that, guys. Good job, good job. All right, honestly, I went back and looked at that problem. I think what they made a mistake on is they didn't tell you it was a right triangle, ABC. I don't think it's possible. All right. All right, guys. Test tomorrow. You know, it's just about proportions. Should be easy. Make sure you answer the questions. Make sure you study. All right, review. All right, my homeschool peeps. Have a great day. All right.
Bye. Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you. Bye.
Take care, guys. All right. Election day it is, guys. Who's gonna win? Anybody have any ideas who's gonna win?
Trump has to win like Texas, Arizona.
Trump's gonna win Texas.
And Florida.
You lost California.
Everyone's smart.
You lost California before Joe Biden even ran.
Yeah, that's Joe Biden, like, is.
Florida's the deciding factor.
No, I think it's Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
All the.
Yeah, bro.
No, it's
Everyone wants to
Dude, I just got
Yeah.
completely
No, I'm just like.
That's crazy.
under honor